I want to do a little movie review, so there might be spoilers. But I just watched the Black Panther Wakanda Forever, if I'm saying it right. It's a pretty good movie. It starts out like some of the movies did years ago, maybe in the 90s. They did a lot of character development. And by the time they got through with everything, there was only like 10 minutes worth of action. I missed that they didn't go straight into the hero having all power. But as watching the movie, you realize that her uncle, I believe her uncle, destroyed all the flowers. But I do like the fact that, you know, the whole world respects Wakanda as being the greatest nation on the earth. You know, they had that secret meteorite that gives them their power, and they know how to use it, and they won't share it with anybody. So as they were addressing the UN, the Queen of Wakanda, these soldiers tried to break in and steal what they had. But little be known that the world is trying to discover this element, and they find it in the ocean, and they end up discovering another nation. And they call it the Lost Tribe. So it's kind of like I read this Marvel's version of Atlantis. So this guy wants to protect his people, so he tries to team up with Wakanda, and then they want to go on the offensive and attack the world. And there's a big power dynamic. Most of the movie is introducing this new tribe, telling how it is. They take the princess, and she gets to see the whole setup, and they want to kill the girl that made this machine possible, so they could find this element. This special, element is really powerful, and that's how everybody gets their power. But the craziest thing, they are so mad. There's a lot of war, and it's all between these two powerful nations that nobody can really touch. So the water people, kind of like Atlantis, they're very powerful and skilled. But then the Wakanda's are earth people, just with high technology and with history, and they go at odds with each other. And spoiler alert, the princess decides to show mercy to the leader of the, I guess, the Landons, what they're going to be, the underworld people. So they're at peace with each other, but there's a lot of dynamics, a lot of characters moving around. And at the end, the original Black Panther, he had a girlfriend, and she had a son. So he could end up being the next Black Panther later on. But it introduces a whole realm, and it's not like an action pack. It's more of a storytelling movie. It's pretty good. It's not action packed per se. It's more finding out things and spilling a lot of the universe. But and a whole new dynamic, having to deal with everything. But it's not like you usually think of the hustle and bustle, everybody reacting, take care of business. It's kind of slow and character development, and it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes, before anything really gets solved. But they were able to, she's a scientist, the princess, so she was able to redevelop the plant that gives them the super strength. And once they have that, they're more powerful than the ocean people. And they're smart, so they can figure it out. And they ended up having peace, but at a high price. But it's a pretty good movie. It kept my attention, and hopefully they'll keep producing movies. And I believe the lady that played in The Walking Dead, Michonne, I love her character, and she's in there. She's like one of the head of the army, the general of the Wakanda. So it's awesome to see her again. But yeah, it's worth a watch. Very, very entertaining, even though it's a little bit different than you think all the fighting and everything. It's more about everybody trying to grab the power that comes with this element and being in charge. And they have, Uganda has to keep their nation alive and be civilized, but then they're responsible and having to deal with this new nation that lives underwater that's just as powerful they are, with no rules or bound by any jurisdiction or answers to anybody, because nobody even knows they exist. So they're going to blame it all on Uganda, and Uganda might pay for the price of this new nation, what they're doing. So it has a lot of twists and dynamics, and it could go anywhere. But it's interesting to see what it develop in the future. So I just wanted to give my little 2 cents worth. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe.